A wounded war veteran is outraged after he claims military police beat him when a parking violation went terribly wrong. Jesus Seineke says that a simple parking ticket turned into an ugly incident, and when he tried to complain about it, it cost him his job.
Seineke was deployed twice to Iraq and says that he is upset about how the military handled the incident. New at 6 o'clock, 10 News reporter Michael Chen joins us now with the action that he says could have prevented the chaos. Michael?
Jesus Seineke thought he left the violence behind when he returned from Iraq, but things got ugly quickly during a trip to a local Navy base, and it stemmed from a parking violation.
Jesus Seineke served 5 years in the Army infantry. During a gunfight in Iraq, he suffered a traumatic brain injury. These physical injuries weren't suffered in war, but during a stop at Naval Base San Diego, February 2013. Seineke, diagnosed with PTSD and working as an engineer tech for a defense contractor.
I was feeling depressed and suicidal.
Stopped by the base to tell a supervisor he needed to go to treatment that day. Seineke says the parking lot was full and he double parked. When he returned to the lot, he was met by 3 MPs. Though told to wait for a ticket, he got in his car and said he would find a parking spot first. Moments later, over a loudspeaker, he was told to exit his car.
I just kept my arms firmly in the sky.
He says when he didn't allow himself to be cuffed, trying to explain he was trying to get to a doctor, an MP took a baton to his face. Another one maced his eyes, and he was taken to the ground.
I didn't understand why it was escalating to this point.
He was arrested, but the charges were dismissed. He believed the incident could have been avoided if the MP had acted more calmly.
I wanted to make sure that this didn't happen to anybody else, to any other combat vets.
Seineke, employed through a Wounded Warrior program, says his bosses at Epsilon Systems encouraged him not to file a complaint with the Navy. He decided to move ahead with the process, sending an email to a federal investigator and copying his supervisor. The next day, he says he was locked out of his email. 2 months later, he got a letter saying he was laid off because of budgetary reasons. He says that's simply not true and filed a complaint with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. In a statement, the company says Epsilon Systems treated Mr. Seineke more than fairly during his employment and transition, adding they're an ardent supporter of veterans.
Epsilon is one of the few private sector entities that has a full-time dedicated individual taking care and coordinating with their wounded, ill, and injured veteran population.
Now, the EEOC has been overseeing mediation talks between Epsilon and Seineke. The Navy promised a full response Monday, but says their MPs are fully trained to deal with veterans dealing with PTSD. Michael Chen, 10 News.